take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail karaoke. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to kiss your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. All good, important things are new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a teamwork planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest. With a special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to a random evening free karaoke stream. Figured we got at least 45 minutes before karaoke begins. I could set up a stream and just talk and see if anybody wants to come up. And if not, that's fine. I'll just keep on talking as a bird is off to do. Kapla all. First off, a big thank you to Captain Trek, who has become a member of the channel at the Karogan Orphan level. Thank you, Captain. And I appreciate it. And welcome Yitza Lemons, who of course does all the awesome artwork. And he says, "Yay, something to cheer up to." Thank you, Yitza. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, this was not a stream I was anticipating having. So if anybody even gets notification of this, I'll be surprised. Pathfinder's in the house. Kapla, Pathfinder. This is Kapla Birdo Prey 5. So I see it's been a busy news day, if not a busy news week, and it's only Tuesday in terms of the Amber Heard trial with Johnny Depp, in terms of the Supreme Court and a leaks, and that's the news here. The news here isn't that Roe versus Wade might be possibly overturned. To be honest, if you understood the legal challenge to Roe versus Wade, you knew that it was only a matter of time before it was going to be overturned, because nowhere in the Constitution, and I'm sorry, this isn't my personal choice, so don't get me wrong. I personally, and I know people will be surprised to hear this because I tend to come out to be a conservative, but I'm a New York conservative, remember that. So I personally believe in a right to choose, but I acknowledge there is no place in the Constitution does a woman's right to choose about abortion come up. And it's also clearly in the Constitution that the only stuff covered by the Constitution is that which is brought up in the Constitution. If it's not brought up in the Constitution or in the amendments, then by definition, from Amendment 10, then it's the right of the states to bring up and the people. It's a very simple statement. And to be honest, that's what makes the United States great. One of the things is that so much is left to the states to decide. There's only some barely, some top of the line stuff that we say, okay, that's federal. That's we're going to have the federal government, make law on. Everything else is up to the states. That's why each state makes its own driving law, right? Even why does each state need to make its own laws about driving? Well, because there was no federal interstate system when the Constitution was made, and they didn't decide to put in an amendment for federal driving regulations, thankfully, although they snuck some in under interstate commerce clause. But other than that, it's generally up to each state how old somebody needs to be to get a driver's license, or what the penalty is for drunk driving, or what the penalty is for driving while incapacitated. And that's why you don't know whether driving under the influence of alcohol or driving under the influence of a drug is different from one state to another. It is, because 50 states all have 50 different rules for 50 different things. But that's a good thing. First, it gives the states something to do. And second, it follows the Constitution that allows the states to decide what they want to do. So with that in mind, there was no doubt that in time, Roe versus Wade was going to be overturned, because Roe versus Wade doesn't make any constitutional sense. And I understand I see the reasons people say we need Roe versus Wade, but no, what we need is all 50 states, or as many states as you can get, to decide to protect abortion rights. That's what we need. Now, if one or two states aren't going to do it, that's fine. And women can choose to leave their state or whatever in those extreme examples. Now, the problem is that there's something like 30 or 40 states, I think 30, that they're claiming are going to make abortions illegal immediately upon this legal briefing doesn't become law. It just becomes well, I don't know. It's not saying that what it will do is, it's not saying that you can't get an abortion. It's going to say, well, it's up to your state to decide whether you can get an abortion. Now, states like New York, California, they have already had abortion legal. So it's not going to make any difference to somebody living in New York. It's not going to make any difference to somebody living in Illinois. It's not going to make any difference to somebody living in California. However, if you live in Ohio, which is a swing state, then, I mean, by all rights, if that was to go to the Ohio population, I would say there's a 9 out of 10 chance they would vote for legalized abortion. However, because it's been a federal issue for the last 30, 40 years, nobody ever brought it up. And now they've got to rush a law through before the federal law gets changed. So who who risked their career to leak this info? Well, I think it's pretty clear that it was probably the outgoing justice who is retiring, since there's nothing they can really do to him, I don't believe, about it. And I get it. He needs to warn these states that didn't think this day would ever happen, that, hey, it's here, and you better work on this now, because if the day comes and you're caught off guard, everybody has a bad day that day, especially the babies. So anyway, I wanted to just get that off my chest, and we're back to the comments. Captain Track was notified. Very cool. Not Ryan Johnson says hello and kapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson. And we can use this again. The Random Menace says greetings from the future. Greetings, Random Menace. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit says Picard is awful. Oh man, it is. I finally watched the Angry Joe show. I'd never heard of it, but I'd heard of Angry Joe. I'd never seen the show. I watched it for the first time, and I was like, yeah, everybody who is talking about Picard, we're all saying the same things. And it's not that it's some, we don't all have a meeting alone from everybody else and say, well, what are we going to talk about this week? No, we've all independently come to the same 5 or 6 things that literally broke our brains. We're all saying the same stuff, that we are dumber for having watched Picard. Nicole Malo says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, Nicole, I love those things, but those are in the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence, unfortunately, not a binding constitutional document. We do not have any entitlement to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness according to the Constitution of the United States. I would love to make it so, but it is not. Unlike Picard. The Random Menace says Picard is great. Random Menace, I know you have your opinion, and that's cool, but man, even this week, people were scratching their heads at how you could find that in this latest episode. Yitza Lemon says Picard doesn't need to be the topic in every stream. It doesn't need to be. Random Menace says Civil War about everything. No, I had to stop watching Tim Pool. Every video Tim Pool was putting out for a while was Civil War. Civil War has already started. The Civil War has begun. Civil War. Blah blah blah. And honestly, I liked him. I really did. But there's only so much you could watch of Tim Pool, and then you look outside and you not seeing half your neighborhood fighting the other half, and you had to wonder, was there really a civil war about to start? And then I don't know. Then he started with World War III. World War III currently underway. Well, if it's as bad as the Civil War is, then I guess it might come and go, and no one will ever notice. And if it's worse, then I've already given out my latitude and longitude to Putin. The multi-gunman says, Bird, kapla, multi-gunman. And he says, Bird, hey, Bird, how's it going? It's going okay, multi-gunman. Hope it's going good for you. Nicole says, Picard is so great. It can suck a bowling ball through a garden hose. Wow. Miranda Menace says, Ross, a new name. Hello. Yes, Ross. You are new to this channel. If you're still here, Ross Dogs, Broken Spirit, Kapla, and don't let Random Menace, whose name is Joseph, scare you with his love for Star Trek Picard. It takes all kinds. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Kapla, John DeMarco. The multi-gunman says, confirmed, Berto Prey 5 is naked. That's why his camera is turned off. I'm not completely naked, but I don't have a shirt on right now. The Random Menace says, nude streams for the win. I don't know, not for my win. And I don't think it's for anyone else's win. Multi-gunman says, the man, the myth, the legend, the Random Menace. Absolutely. Dave G. Sound says, good evening, friends. Have a rare moment while I make pizza, a Karogan Trek pizza. I wonder what's in a Karogan Trek pizza. All pizzas in Karoga are supposed to have stuffed crust, stuffed with mozzarella and possible other cheeses. And they can have mushrooms and hamburger topping, which is just, basically sliced meatballs, toppings. Also allowed is like fried chicken and I really enjoy pizza that's stuffed with other pasta like rigatoni or ziti, a good stuffed ziti pizza. That's a fancy pizza we have around these parts. Now I'm getting hungry. Multi-gunman says hi to John DeMarco. Nicole says, lol, you can't handle the full bird. Probably not. John says, not much. The multi-gunman. The Random Menace says, greetings to Canada. And the Random multi-gunman. The multi-gunman says, Bird, Roe versus Wade is actually a proxy war between Karoga and Kurdistan. It might be. It might be. Nicole is not going to live in any state that has a high in it. Low. So Hawaii. Ohio. The multi-gunman says, wait, what? You thought you were angry, Joe? No, I knew I wasn't angry, Joe. Cross Dog's Broken Spirit says, Random must be one of the 77 producers on Picard because it doesn't have any legit fans. It is possible. John Araki with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. I appreciate it. LDG says, hi, Bird. Kapla, LDG. Welcome. We are now 30 minutes out from karaoke. Wesley Crusher puts in all the custom emojis. Thank you, Wesley. John Aragi says, also allowed in Karoga, kissing Dax. Yes, it is. In fact, more than allowed, it is promised, promoted. It is endorsed. Yitza Lemon says, Ayo, I got some pizza. More jealous. I'm only more jealous. Milton Knowles, the insane witch king, says Spark. Good for you, Milton. Wesley Crutcher says vertebrae. Greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Greetings, Wesley. A multi-gun man says vertebrae. There was only one kind of pizza, and it's pizza with ham and pineapple on it, aka Hawaiian pizza. Not in this world. Multi-gun man. Nicole says yes, silly mode. Wesley says pineapple should not be on pizza, only meat. I agree. Pineapple should only be on meat, not pizza. Yitza Lemon says Joseph spent his taste points in his wife. That is true. He probably had to turn in all of his taste points. Now he can't taste anything anymore. Wesley says, I don't want to be here. Bird is singing. Don't worry, Wes. It's not me. The karaoke is on Captain Trek's stream in about half an hour. Captain Trek puts in the link to his karaoke stream, 30 minutes to go. And don't forget, there's a 3-minute timer, I suspect. Do you get a 3-minute timer, Captain? Or is it a short timer tonight? Multi-Gun Man says Wesley is banned. Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King, says done. I'm not going to be anywhere near karaoke. I'm going to have to sleep whenever that time is. Well, if you don't want to listen to karaoke, nobody's forcing you, but I will be shutting down at that point. The Random Menace says, I am sorry for liking Picard. Well, I'm sorry that you are being poisoned and there's nothing I can do about it. Wesley says, I will ban you, multi-gun Canadian man. Do you even have a wrench, Wes? Yes, I guess you do. The multi-gun, do you? I thought you wanted it taken away. Yeah, no, you do not have a wrench, Wes. So you can't ban anyone. The multi-gun menace is to the Random Menace, no apologizing. You can like what you want to like. Yeah, but at some point, aren't we responsible for our brothers and not let them become, agents of their own destruction? Wesley Crusher says, how does the Canadian even get more than one gun? There's a lot of polar bears you got to protect yourself from in Canada. A lot of baby seals that got to get whacked, and a lot of what are those called? Porch pandas. Vernal prey. What's those animals that go into the garbage? Not a bear. Gray and black with a face. God damn it. Not possums. The other ones. We've had them here. Yeah, the one with the mask on their face. Thinks with an R. Not rabid. They can be rabid. That's why people are scared of them. They got little feet that do everything. Trash pandas. No, there's a real name. Yeah, yes, a trash panda, but There's an actual name. I can see the face too. They're cute. A raccoon. Damn it. Thank you, Milton. Milton says, seriously, don't tell him he's trying to think of a raccoon. Don't tell him. A raccoon. Yes. A raccoon. And hey, Mexican Iron Man. Kapla. Mexican Iron Man. Became a new YouTube member. Kapla, Mexican Iron Man. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome to the club. The member streams for you and Captain Trek and anyone else who is new is the second Tuesday of the month, which is not today, but a week from today will be the second Tuesday from the month at 4 p.m. Eastern. Will be the members only stream, followed by a 5 p.m. stream like today. Just unless karaoke is early next week, we can just go right to karaoke. Where are we? The multi-gun man says Wesley Crusher banned plus computer confiscation. Wow. And he says, so you guys think pizza should only have meat? What about cheese? You guys are weirdos. No, you see, I don't think pizza should only have meat. Mushrooms are perfectly fine. Wesley says, you can't ban me. I'm the #1 Kurogan supporter. Multi-Gunman says, confirmed, I can ban Wesley. Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King, says, sorry, Captain. I'm not going to be there for your karaoke because, well, I can't think of an excuse. So I'll be honest, I don't like karaoke. You know what, Milton? You're okay. You don't have to like karaoke. I'm going to tell you a secret, Milton. I don't like karaoke either, unless I'm the one singing, which I know is not a nice. It's not nice, but it's true. I'm not a karaoke fan, unless if I was there in person, that's different. You know, a karaoke night in person with friends that you can hang out with and whatnot. That I do like, but virtual karaoke, it's. I don't know why anybody wants to hear me singing, because I'll be honest, I generally don't. Although some of you guys do have a great voice, like some of you have good voices. So in those cases, yeah, I'd listen, but I would not listen to somebody who sounded like me. So the fact that any of you guys sit through the fact of me singing a song, I really don't understand what's wrong with you. But I'm not complaining. Wesley says cheese is all right on pizza, just not pineapples. Yeah, okay. See? Captain Drax says Mexican Iron Man. Hi to Mike. Yes, Kapla, Mexican Iron Man. I wish I could do that. Arriba. Mexican Iron Man says Captain Drax. Wait, when is karaoke? I will listen in while I do this dumb work project. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yitza Lemon says, I suggest we all go to Slovakia and have an intervention for Yosef. Also bring cake and coffee so we can have that with his wife while he's tied up and dragged off. Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan to me. In fact, I heard today on the news that somebody in government was heading to Slovakia. Maybe I can catch a ride. Hey guys, can you have Air Force One stop and pick me up on the way? I'd appreciate it. I pay taxes. Thank you. Yitza Lemon says, if only life would be grand, and he dreams. Wesley Crusher says, multi-Canadian man, I don't have to take this. I'm going to work. Okay, Wes, enjoy your day at work. The multi-gun man says a Canadian can get more than one gun by living in Western Canada, where the normal, non-libtard Canadians live. Milton knows the insane witch king says, nobody tell him that he's trying to think of a raccoon. Yes, thank you. Captain Track says, Mexican Iron Man, it's in 24 minutes, and there is the link, of course. By now, it's 18 minutes. Trash Panders is John DeMarco. Trash Pander asks Random Menace. And finally, Captain Track. Raccoon. That's what it is. Thank you, Captain. Wazzy says, farewell, everyone. I have a great day. Expect multi-gun man. Except multi-gun man. I assume you meant. Have a good day, Wes. Milton Knowles says, seriously, don't tell him he's trying to think of a raccoon. Don't tell him. Multi-gun man says to Wes, I ban you to work. Nicole says, popular carry, fully automatic, polar bear. Poplar, like the food from Futurama. Poplars. I don't think they carry fully automatic weapons. Multi-gun man says okay to Captain Trek. Wesley says he has banned to work. He has been banned to work for 8 hours. Poor Wes. Nicole says popular bears. Poplar bears. Okay, so I think you're trying to say polar bears, not popular bears. Multi-gun man says all hell Mexican Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man says hail and howdy to the multi-gun man. Multi-gun man says Wesley is hereby banned the Korogan uranium mines for life. Wow. Milton Knowles, the insane witch king, says, Bird, it was hilarious listening to you try to figure out what animal it was. We don't even have those things in my country. And you did know the reference we have for an S-shaped penis bone. Found it online. Okay. The multi-gun man says, Mexican Iron Man, I've seen you around. It's nice to see you here. The Random Menace says, member streams are the best events of the month. Worth every penny. Nicole says, karaoke with barbecue sauce and honey is good eating. Milton Knowles says, pizza should be some sort of tomato sauce, heaps of meat, heaps of cheese, and a spiral or zigzag of good barbecue sauce. Interesting. Milton says, Bird, I have a secret for you too. I only like karaoke when I'm the one singing. 2 is not good, and I can never remember any of the words, but I have the tune. Okay. Chief Cook is in the house. Says, "Hey, Bird. Hey, Chief. Did I pin the link to the top? If anybody wants to come up, you guys should do so soon. We've only got 15 minutes before Captain Trek goes live. Captain Trek says, Yitza, who gets his wife? And the Random Menace says, Yitza knows my address. Yep. Yeah, he could be on his way. Yitza Lemon says, Captain Trek, the most charming one. You say so. And Yetza also says the random menace, all part of the plan, all part of the plan. Well, that is distinctly evil. It is a distinctly evil thing. So I'm going to go ahead and pin the link so anybody who does want to come up is welcome to. We've only got about 13 minutes before Cap goes live, so I'll shut it down at that point. The multi-gunman says karaoke, isn't that the Karugan equivalent to waterboarding? And Dave G says, Bird, a neighbor just came by now as you were streaming and gave me this and sent you on Twitter. Okay, let's see what's going on Twitter. It's not in private messages. So has it been sent to me? Doesn't appear to be. Maybe it's under mentions. No. No, Mom, I'm not talking to you. Okay, a message showed up. Dave G. Sound. Okay. So Dave G's neighbor came over with a Star Trek mug. It's Mr. Spock mug, although it's not. Nothing about it is Spock. It's just a science officer, science blue mug from the original series, and a copy of Marvel's special edition, The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, special collector's edition comic book. It would appear. Appears to have I don't know if this is from 1980 or what. Seems to have either a $2 or a $12. I guess it's a $2 price tag on it. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely an oldie. Probably the fact that it says it's a special edition, though, is always a red flag, meaning it was meant to be collectible. So it's probably not collectible. So she brought it over because I was talking about Star Trek. So good for you, I guess. Win-win. Mug plus comic book equal profit. Not Nicole. Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King, says, hello, Mexican Iron Man. Is it true that you're not really made out of iron? Well, I don't know. Captain Trax says the Yitza, so you get the Random Menace's wife. I don't think it works like that. Mexican Iron Man says, Milton Knowles, lol, I am made out of excessive addiction to Whopper, no onion combs, and healthy ton of quesadillas. And he says, thank you to Multi-Gun Man. Well, the gunman says karaoke, isn't that the Krogan equivalent to waterboarding? Well, I didn't say I was going to be karaoke. So no. Dave G Sounds says bird, a neighbor just came by. Yeah. I sent it in Twitter. Very, very unusual. Yitz says Captain Track, as proven by today's job interview, I suck at selling myself. So I'm not sure about that. I doubt that. I doubt you suck at selling yourself. It's probably the companies you try to sell yourself out probably have not the slightest idea of what they're doing, and further, no way they're ready to actually hire you. They're just gotta put it out there. I remember I went to an interview once, and they're like, to be honest, we don't usually interview engineers from your school. I was like, well, you should. She's like, I don't know. She's like, we didn't even think you had an engineering program. I was like, well, we do. She's like, is it good? I was like, I think it's good. I mean, we were accredited by the ABET accreditation team. And to be honest, the year we were graduating, they were redoing the accreditation, which is a real pain in the ass, which means there was auditors in all of our classrooms wanting to see our notes and shit to make sure we were actually getting taught what they said they were teaching, and to justify that we were, instead of just giving us a test, oh, that would be too hard or too scary. So rather a single test, we all had to like give all of our notes and stuff to these auditors so that they could put it all in their system. And then I guess at the end of the year, they decided that, yeah, they had learned enough. They'll keep their whatever that is. Keep their standing another 4 years, which was thankful, because if you had just put your life to, getting a degree in engineering, and you last year you were there, you get told, oh no, this school is no longer accredited, besides actually having some type of legit reason to get your money back. It's like, well, if I paid you for 4 years for an accredited degree, and now you can't give me an accredited degree, that sounds like a refund. But besides that, yeah, it's just nothing good would have come of it had it not been re-accredited. But luckily it was. Not that anybody was in any real risk. I mean, I'm sure we were all getting the same tests we had been getting for 10 years prior, since we had a filing cabinet in our engineering office that had copies of the old tests. So yeah, we knew it was the same stuff. But Nicole says, well, I got turned down for a job by email. I'm sorry to hear that, Nicole. The job I got turned down for really still upsets me, because I was so overqualified for it. I was like my last year of college, and I was looking to make a little extra money. And there was still there, this store, Micro Center, that was right by my college. And it was like a CompUSA, a computer store, but it had a far better standing than CompUSA. And one of the things they do at Micro Center is just repair computers or whatnot. So I wanted, I came in, I said I could do computer repair, I could do sales. They want people who knew what they were selling. It was a place where people who were good at computers would actually go to buy computer equipment, whereas like Best Buy or CompUSA, generally people who weren't so smart at computers would go there to buy computers. Micro Center was kind of a pros kind of thing. So first thing they do is give me this like 125 question test to do. Nothing hard, just like, just to test your personality, I guess. That was, I may well have failed it because I really just couldn't give a shit. And so maybe that was the problem when I gave the same, they asked the same question 3 times and I probably answered it differently each time because I just couldn't take it. But then I also had to give them a number to call them at, and I gave them my cell phone. Now this was 1999, and cell phones are not what they, not what they were later on. I mean, I was either a Starcom or those first flip phones or a pretty solid phone that doesn't flip. But the point is, they're big. They're solid phones. They're too big, and what I did was it was a Friday. I dropped it off. Then it was Saturday. I was home and I needed to get my oil changed in my Jeep, and I forgot to take my cell phone out of the Jeep, and I could hear the phone ringing inside the Jeep, but the Jeep was already on stands. Like they already had it up in the air, and I didn't want to go running in and, seem like an idiot and ask to get the phone out of the Jeep. I just figured, I didn't even think they'd be calling me the next day. I just assumed that if they did call me, they would leave a voicemail or I just figured they'd leave a voicemail and I would call them back in 5 minutes. Well, the next day I got a call from a random number, and that was it. Never again did that number call me. Never again did anybody from that store ever call me. And never again did anything ever happen. So either they never called me back or they did call me back that one time, but when I didn't call them back, and again, they didn't leave a message, but when I didn't call them back, they were just like, fuck you, on to the next person. So I don't know. I always hoped they would have called me back, but they didn't. It's annoying. I miss them. And it's like, no. And that one store is still there, technically. Yeah, Ietza says, Nicole, I'm closing in on 50 rejections. I am planning on going for 100 next. I'm so sorry to hear that. Dave G. Sound says 80. Nicole says, get some of Star Trek glasses from Taco Bell. Damn. Ietza says, oh, never mind. I already passed 50, apparently. Gap Stargate says, Dave G. Sound, what you got there is valuable. There you go. Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King, says, I'm about to pass out to sleep. Learned. So before I do, just want to say good night. Good night, Milton. Good night. Kapla Gap Stargate. And hail the chat. Dave G. Sound says, I'm drinking off coffee from the mug for Captain Trek morning brew. As for the comic, it's a nice gesture to be placed in my storage box. Very cool. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey, you're welcome to come and sing. Thank you, Captain, but just not for me. With that, though, I am going to end the stream as karaoke has begun. Please, guys, check out Captain Trek's stream, and I will be back tomorrow with Deep Space Nine. Wednesday. Bird out.